gone from the rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony. I'm very struck by that.
Not at the gate. They're not at the gate. They're well inside.
Good evening, my loyal subjects, and welcome to Mr. Matters. I hope we're all surviving out there in Clown World.
Philippines, I say half empty. They're all here.
So it was the King's Coronation, and the wokies, like every single time there's an event to celebrate everything British, like to shit on everything because they hate this country, and they demonstrate that over and over. Now, we all might have different opinions on the monarchy. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. I'm more of a Republican, though that makes no difference in the UK because the UK as a whole is massively in support of the monarchy, so it is what it is. But regardless of any of that, it was amazing to see these people just shit on the UK in any way they possibly could. Now, the UK doesn't have a particular day to celebrate everything British. There is no Canada Day, no 4th of July, no Australian Day. So anytime there's an event that involves the King or Queen or Prince or whatever, it's a celebration of things British. The Union Jacks go up. We all celebrate. We have little parties outside. Everyone's got little tablecloths with the Union Jack on it. It's nice. It's an aspect of it that I really do like. I wish we had a designated day, but we don't. So these events are to celebrate all things British. And they obviously can't stand that. They need to bring Britain down in any shape or form. It's the same with the whole Meghan Markle thing. She was so embraced by everyone, and everyone fawns over the royal family anyway, and they loved her. And then she starts being a bit of a twat.
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
So people are like, oh, she's a bit of a twat, and apparently now we're racist, we hate her. It's like black people can't be twats, apparently. Not that she even looks like a black person in the first place, but by the by. But anyway, they just want to shit on England and Britain and all things surrounding that. So we have some great examples of this from the coverage of the coronation that we're going to get into, and we're just going to see how they like to inject race and race bait, and they just beg and race war, please. Can I just have a race war? In the UK, one of the most tolerant countries, if not the most tolerant country in the whole of the entire world. We have diversity up the wazoo. We have diversity coming out of our arse. There's a lot of diversity in the UK, and mostly people get on pretty damn well. But we have people that aren't happy with that and want to divide us by race and want us to hate each other and want to constantly point out race all the time for no fucking reason. So let's get into some of the reasons and see some of the retards trying to pit us against each other.
There is a bit of me that we've gone from the rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony. I'm very struck by that.
Ugh, it's so gross. Like, even before we get into the comment, the white lady in the background, let's have a look at her reaction.
The rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony. I'm very struck by that.
Yeah, I'm so fucking white. I mean, what? White people have this fucking weird obsession with shitting on themselves solely for something that they didn't choose, just being white. It's like a mind virus of just white people. So fucking bizarre. So the person who said this was, and I'm going to butcher the name because I'm not sure how to say it, Adjoa Andoh. We'll go with that. Apologies if it's wrong. So she's an actress, a very low-key actress. I'm seeing Doctor Who, The Bill, EastEnders, Jonathan Creek, Bridgerton, and films I've never fucking heard of.
Who is she? Who is she?
Was booked for this show and is just flabbergasted that the British royal family happens to be white in a white majority country. Holy shit. I mean, seriously. The thing is, it was just a way of this woman to shit on the British people, imply racism, imply being white is terribly white as well. The word terribly being used there is not a very nice word to start off with. And then just stop doing this. Stop injecting race into everything, and stop being such a dumb fuck that you're shocked or you're using as an insult that the family that has always been white, from a white majority country, is white. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, where have you been? Like, hi, we're Britain. Fucking hell. And obviously, this shit is solely reserved just for white people. You could never say, oh, it looks a bit black over there, or wow, there's a lot of Asians. Like, no one says this, and you wouldn't say it, but white people, you can say what you want to. You can go on national television and say, oh, it's terribly white. That really struck me, how white everyone was. Shall we have a look at other royal families from around the world, see how diverse they are? Fucking bigots. Not much diversity there, is they? They need to get some mediocre celebrities putting them in their place. And I love this lady in the pink dress. Like, her face is summing up how the whole population is feeling when they hear this. Just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying, you stupid lady? And nicely, there's been a bit of outrage about this, which is nice, because normally these completely fly under the radar, and anyone who points out there's an issue with people saying this stuff is instantly a racist. So it's nice that there's a little bit of pushback. But this is what she said in response to this backlash. I think I may have upset a few people yesterday. I was talking about the day and how marvellous it was, and then looking at the balcony at the end and suddenly going, oh, it's so white, because the day had been so mixed and I didn't mean to upset anybody. I mean, can you fucking hear yourself, you stupid woman? Oh, it's so white. I mean, even that, your apology is just as insulting as your original statement. Oh, it's so white. Can you just, no other race you could say this about. Oh, it's so white. Like, that's just using white as an insult. Just, you're white, you're a piece of shit. Oh, thanks. Good apology there, you silly arse. Fucking hell. What a complete and utter retard. These people, just ignore them. Just they're just a waste of. I'm sure this was solely said to gain a little bit of publicity, and she's probably fucking lapping this up. I mean, apparently got loads of complaints from Ofcom. Don't complain to Ofcom. Ofcom can suck shit. Who gives a fuck about Ofcom? People are gonna say shit that you disagree with. The complaints aren't necessary. Just fucking turn off. Just say done with that channel, done with that show. Fuck these people. Don't watch the fucking B movie on BBC 2 at 7 o'clock at night. Just miss that one with her having a non-speaking role in. Like, fuck them. So dumb. And obviously this lady is just the tip of the iceberg. It went on and on throughout the day. Twitter was ablaze with white people and privilege and yada yada yada. All the buzzwords were there. Can't let people just enjoy the day. You can just turn off. You can criticise the royal family, fill your boots. I do want to add a little point here that there was a Republican group that were arrested. They had signs saying "Not my king." They were arrested before they actually got a chance to protest, and that's disgusting, and the police should be ashamed of themselves, and the government should be ashamed of themselves. You are in a free country. You get to protest. You get to protest the king. You get to protest politicians. You don't get to pick and choose what people can protest. They definitely had a right to protest. I saw some things of people saying, you've got 364 days to protest, why choose this day? Because it's the coronation. It's kind of pretty critical to the cause that they're obviously against, so they should have been able to. It was a disgrace that they weren't. I fully endorse their free speech, their right to protest. That was ridiculous. People can protest. There was another one I wanted to highlight, a tweet sent out by Dr. Charlotte Proudman. Or don't you mean proud peoples? A bit misogynistic there, Charlotte. But she won the day for the most ridiculous tweet sent. She sent this tweet comparing the Queen's Guards with the North Korean army. What? Who is buying this shit? Who's this? Spot the difference. Okay, monumental amount of differences to spot. One is a free nation, and one is a dictatorship hellhole that no one would want to live in at all, ever. Even the people that espouse communism and want all this lovely, lovely, sherry, happy stuff that turns into death camps and misery. Yeah, one's forced, one's not. One's a happy people celebrating their new head of state, and one is people forced at gunpoint to attend, and if you don't clap right, you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, this doesn't even bear saying. Any logical person looking at this tweet obviously knows that this person is just mentally ill or trolling at this point, because no one is this stupid. I mean, this just shows the contempt for their own nation. It's just spoiled fucking brats. You get freedom, you get to do whatever you want, you get to criticize the thing that you hate, and then you comparing it to North Korea, a place where you couldn't do that because you'd die, and your sons would die, and your mom would die, and your dad would die, and yeah, just ridiculous. So that won the day. This is the level of intellect. The fact that it's doctor, I mean, I don't even know what this person does. Is it a doctor in medicine or some probably a fucking teacher or some shit? I don't know who it is. Just a moron. Just an absolute moron. So yeah, I think that pretty much does it for me today. Again, there was loads of examples. Fuck going through them all because it's depressing, but these people just hate the country, they hate Britain, and again, I don't even think this is necessarily about the monarchy, because we can all have an opinion on the monarchy, but clearly this is a big deal in British life, because this is what we do. We have a king, we have a queen, things change, and this is it changing, and people want to celebrate it, and they have all the right to do that. You have all the right not to do that, but you don't really need to say, oh, look at fucking Whitey and aren't we North Korea? Just some advice, because you're not sending your best, are you? Okay, that's all I have time for today. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay free.
I'm
How
a
heroic he
communist,
comes
you
across.
idiot.